I found the next Bitcoin and I made a video on it which got over 3,000 views talking about SPX 6900, and I got a lot of backlash and a lot of comments saying basically that this coin is trash. Now I don't know if those people that made those comments even watched the whole video, but anyway, I'm going to clarify some things in this video and give you guys even more reason to believe why this coin could be the next Bitcoin. So first off, I'm going to give you guys 3 reasons once again in this video. And to start, if you haven't watched my last video, I recommend going to watch it. I'll leave the link in the description just to get some clarity about what I want to talk about. So first off, I want to address this comment right here where this person said, meme coin not going to $200. Maybe I'm wrong. XRP is less risk with better gains. And this is basically my reply to this comment. Logically, it doesn't make sense, right? But look at GameStop. It had no right hitting insane prices. So the theory is the same here. We'll see in time what happens. And I'm going to start off talking about GameStop. So let's take a look at GameStop's chart. And I mean, just look at this. Obviously, everyone knows what GameStop is. And I would definitely say that in the early 2000s, GameStop was very popular. I mean, I remember as a kid going to GameStop and buying every video game that I needed because you needed the physical disc. But even in like the past 5, 6, 7 years, everything's digital. All the GameStops that I went to as a kid literally closed down. To find a GameStop nowadays, it's literally like almost impossible. There's very little. Does this chart make sense for GameStop going absolutely parabolic out of nowhere in 2021? No, right? It doesn't make any sense. But it was the community behind GameStop, if anyone remembers back with all the Reddit people basically just saying, well, why don't we just go do a little short squeeze on GameStop and just drive up the prices? So it doesn't really matter about the coin or the utility. I mean, GameStop, there's a lot of better tech companies or other companies in general than GameStop that should have done like a 40x, which GameStop did. So it really doesn't matter about the company. And GameStop is a prime example. And I'm going to show you another prime example similar to GameStop. Dogecoin. Practically the same exact thing, right? Dogecoin, it's a meme coin, no utility whatsoever. But what's the most important thing about Dogecoin? The community. Remember back in the last bull run in 2021, everyone was starting to get back into crypto and was like, well, what should I buy? Well, let's buy this meme coin, Dogecoin. And then, well, Elon Musk made a tweet about it and it went parabolic and just the community grew bigger and bigger and bigger. I mean, there are some people that would literally die for Dogecoin. It's literally unreal. But this goes back to the community behind Dogecoin. Is much like what happened with GameStop. If a bunch of people get into the coin gains popularity, it doesn't matter what the coin does. Just like GameStop, the company doesn't matter what it does. Even if GameStop is like almost going out of business, the stock can still go up, the price can still rise. Look at Dogecoin. It was literally under a penny and hit over 70 cents in peak euphoria of the 2021 bull run. And I do think that it could even go past this cycle, but that's besides the point. SPX is going to do something very similar and already has been doing something very similar, and the community is growing even bigger. And a similar aspect, I could tell you right now that when Doge got its first little spike and went a couple of cents, I'm telling you, people were making videos on YouTube talking about it online, and everyone called them crazy. This is impossible. This coin will never run. And then what happens all at once? The community goes harder on the coin. The price gets a big narrative behind it, and it can go parabolic, hit around an $80 billion market cap, I think, in peak euphoria. And SPX 6900 guys is literally at a $1 billion market cap, 1/80th Dogecoin right now. Let that sink in. And the second reason behind SPX 6900 for this video is the outperformance in the market it has had this cycle. So this is a big thing that people really don't know right now. If you come over to CoinMarketCap, you can go to different categories to see what are the top coins. I mean, just go to all crypto and you can see the top 100 coins in crypto right now. But let's go over to the memes category, which is basically one of the biggest narratives this bull run has had so far. And let's take a look at the top current memes right now. So obviously Dogecoin, it's been the biggest coin, the biggest meme coin in all of crypto for like a decade now. Shiba Inu, everyone knows about Shiba Inu. Pepe started in 2023, is the 3rd biggest meme coin. I think will do very well this cycle. Trump has literally been out for like 6 months, and I mean, obviously, when the president tweets meme coin, it's going to get a lot of popularity. But let's take a look at the 5th biggest meme coin in the world right now. It's literally SPX 6900. It's the 5th biggest coin, and like no one is talking about it still, which is just wild. Even coins below SPX 6900 have way more popularity and are not bigger than SPX. I mean, Farcoin has had a huge narrative this cycle, and I think will do really well, but it's still lower than SPX. Bonk, another coin with a big narrative behind it. Dog with Hat, even Brett, which is one of my biggest bags and I like as well, but it's only the 12th biggest coin at this point. I mean, there are a lot of meme coins that you probably heard about, but they're not even that large in market cap compared to SPX 6900. And if this is any indication, like I'm telling you guys, SPX will literally flip Trump. Everyone knows about the Trump meme coin, and SPX 6900 will flip it at some point in the next few months just because it's growing so largely. I mean, to be the fifth biggest meme coin, it has no tier one central exchange listing. You can't get it on Robinhood, you can't get it on Coinbase, you can't get it on Binance. I think OKC, it's not even there yet. This coin, literally, it's like a pain to get it, and it's still the fifth biggest coin. I can't imagine what this coin is going to do when it gets some nice tier one central exchange listings. But now it's a fifth biggest meme coin already, which no one is even talking about. But let's take a look at this as well. This is crypto bubbles, and for those of you that don't know, basically the bigger the bubble, the stronger the coin is performing, and it's basically going to show what coins are outperforming others. And if I look at the last day, there is a literally war going on right now with Israel and Iran, and there's a lot of fear in the market. Obviously, when there's a war, a lot of fear, prices go down. And even in the last day, SPX is still one of the biggest coins, but let's take a look at last week. So in the past week, let's see what coin actually has been outperforming everything else. Literally, SPX, I think, is the like third largest bubble here. So it's been outperforming literally all of crypto. Now let's take a look at the last month. The last month in crypto has been a lot better, but we had an uptrend going into May. June has been a little bit of a downside, but pullbacks are going to happen. But still, in the last month, the second best coin in crypto, SPX 6900. Now, the super big indicator out of all of this in the last year. Now, this is huge. When you're looking at a high time frame, when you're looking at crypto in general for the last year, you want to bid on winners. So let's take a look at the last year of crypto. And literally in the last year of crypto, one of the top performing coins has been SPX 6900. So if this doesn't tell you that SPX is outperforming the entire crypto market, then I don't know what else is. I mean, even Virtuals protocol, Virtuals, for those who don't know, that's an AI coin. It's the AI launchpad on the base network, but it doesn't matter. SPX has been outperforming the entire market. I mean, even look at Dogecoin, XRP, all of these coins, SPX has been outperforming everything in the last year, and we are heading into the last part of the bull run. So when you get into the last part of a bull run, what has been performing well will continue performing even better. And now the third reason in this video, which is still one of the biggest of them all, is the community behind SPX. And this kind of ties in with the GameStop part of this video that I talked about. But let me just show you guys a quick example. I'm going to go to my Twitter page. So about like a few weeks ago, I had maybe like 50 followers on Twitter. Literally, my Twitter is like really small and almost like dead. I mean, it's not dead. I'm active on it, but I have like no followers. However, I literally doubled my followers in a week, and all I did was talk about SPX 6900 and like repost my YouTube video. Look at this pinned tweet that I have on my profile. Literally has almost 5,000 views and over 100 likes, and I don't even have 100 followers. Why? Because I talked about SPX. I shared my last video, which got some traction on Twitter, and people reposted it. The community behind SPX 6900 reposted it. So this is showing that even small accounts, I bet you guys could start a Twitter today. Go and bull post SPX 6900 and you can grow your Twitter to a large amount. I mean, I need to post some more on Twitter about SPX. I post, about crypto in general, but you can literally grow an entire account. Why? Because the community is so strong behind SPX 6900. So just a few things more about community about SPX 6900. First off, if you do start a Twitter, or even if you have Twitter already, go follow Murad. That's the guy that made the video with like 100 reasons supporting SPX 6900. But I'm just going to scroll through his account, and what you're basically going to see is a huge movement of people just talking about and bull posting SPX 6900. I mean, this is even scarier than GameStop. This is like coin like early on community that Murad literally is in charge of and what's going on. This is Murad for those of you that do not know. Just go look at his account and you're going to see he's just going to talk about all these different things. And this is one chart that I want to talk about real quickly just to kind of end this third reason. And it literally shows different types of coins in crypto and where SPX lies. So at the bottom, celeb coins, absolute trash coins. They'll literally skyrocket in a day, go to like hundreds of millions of market cap, which we've seen with many celeb coins, and then crash because the celebs just, take all the liquidity and retailers just exit liquidity. Moving up, I mean, phrase coins, animal coins. You have stuff like Mudeng, Peanut the Squirrel, culture coins. But then once you get the coins up here, the top one is movement missions. So a movement coin. SPX 6900 fits this narrative because the whole movement, the whole meaning behind SPX 6900, well, it's mimicking the S&P 500, and its goal is to flip the stock market. An absolute ridiculous goal. But once you get everyone to get behind this goal, that's when it gets crazy because no one cares about the price. One thing maybe you have or have not noticed, I haven't showed the chart of SPX 69 in this video. Why haven't I showed the chart? Because it's literally banned from the community. We don't show the chart. Why? Because we don't care about the price. We just care about it flipping the stock market. And this is huge too. Why? Because there's no ceiling for this coin. And everyone is delusional about the price. No one's selling, everyone's buying the coin. It's literally the next Bitcoin, just like people bought Bitcoin in 2013 and are still holding 12 years later. Why? Because it's one of the greatest assets in the world and they believe in it. The same thing is happening with SPX 6900. So to end this video, guys, first off, thank you for watching. If you've gotten to this point, I hope you kind of understand the thesis and theory behind SPX 6900. I can make more videos in the future if you guys would like me to. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for more videos and more content. I talk a lot about coins and give my convictions to help you create your own conviction because that is huge. Don't just go and buy a coin, all right? Understand the reason behind it. Because once you believe in a coin, it's important because that's when you're not going to sell. People that just ape into coins because they see someone else talk about it, well, they eventually sell. Once you get your own conviction, you're going to see that, you're not going to want to sell this coin because you understand what's going on behind it. And always remember, delusional bulls win in the end.